Good day. I hope that you are doing well. My name is Jeremy Pattisall, and I get to serve as the lead instructor for the Student Life Seminar class that is being taught online for 15 weeks this semester. I won't be the only instructor in this course. There will be multiple instructors that will talk us through various subject areas throughout the semester, hopefully to get you introduced to all the different areas at the university so that if you have questions, you know where to go to find your answers. Of course, you are welcome to always reach out to me, even though you might experience other instructors, and I can point you in the right direction if that will be helpful. What I thought might be good today is to go over the syllabus as well as the navigation inside Blackboard just to make sure you're feeling comfortable navigating that area. As you see on the screen, I'm in the GT 100-3 online course, and you have a left side menu. That left side menu is a key navigational area for maneuvering in the course. The course information is really strategic because that has the syllabus for the course, which is somewhat like a contract between the instructor and the student. If you haven't looked through the syllabus, I'd be sure to download it here and pull it up. I'm going to go ahead and pull it onto the screen so that we can take a peek at it. You've got my phone number, my office number, as well as my cell number and my email address. If it's helpful to you, I can schedule a visual meeting via Google Hangout or Zoom or some other means like Skype. If you move down through the syllabus, you'll see the different course materials. There's two books, Habits of Grace and the book Do More Better. The Do More Better book is the one that we'll be getting into first and is a practical book on productivity management and why we think that it's foundational to being a follower of Christ, because God is a God of order. And so I hope that you find that resource fun. We'll talk you through those various chapters as well as some of the resources in those chapters. The course objectives just explain what you will be able to do once you're done with the course. The course requirements, even this week you'll begin that calendar assessment. There's also a task list which we'll use Todoist to make that happen. And then there's the information management software, as well as the weekly discussion boards, which in this course are very, very strategic, and then the reading. You also see the course schedule that lets you know who the different instructors will be for the week, whether it's Mr. Carlson or Mr. Gilly or Mrs. Archambault or Mr. Eshelman. It's all there on the schedule. On the learning activities, you see the point distribution for each of the projects. You will notice that that discussion board, especially in the online environment, is very strategic to your doing well in this course. We are on a 10-point scale. Historically, we were on a 7-point scale, which means that an A was 94 to 100, and that was it. There was no A minus or B plus or C plus or C minus. But we introduced that last year, and it has become a benefit to the students. As far as the student interaction with me, I try to respond really quickly to emails. Most of my work is in the administrative side at the university. This is the only course that I teach, and so I'm usually at my desk, and I can usually respond fairly quickly to your emails. If I'm not responding fast enough, please speak up. But I usually try to get to those within an hour or so that they come in. As far as course-specific policies, the syllabus is your responsibility to know. If you have questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me. The course workload, typically it's one credit hour in class is equal to 2 hours outside of class. So for this course, it normally would be about 3 hours a week. Obviously, that's contingent upon your abilities. Maybe you are really fast on the computer and can navigate things quickly. Encounters on a problem, then you might be able to get it done faster. Perhaps you're a slow reader, so it might take you a little more time reading, or perhaps you are really slow on technology, but you're a fast reader, so you might pick up or lose time. But generally speaking, the U.S. Department of Ed says for every credit hour in class, it should take about 2 hours outside of class for that week to complete that course at a satisfactory level. Late work, I try to avoid that at all costs. There's just so many students that are in the course, and I'm not just teaching an online course. I've got a couple sections here on campus, and so trying to administratively accept late work is quite challenging. As far as the discussion board, I just encourage you to encourage dialogue and conversation. Ask questions. Don't shut people down. Don't simply just disagree. Be kind, be courteous, and be respectful, and try to extend the conversation just like you would if you were sitting in a coffee shop with someone and you were having a conversation. That's the way I would want you to treat the discussion board. I do ask one of the courtesies, if you see a student who has made a post that has not received a response, go find someone who hasn't received a response and respond to them. So I don't want one person to put one nice post and everybody go in and respond only to that post. There's multiple posts. If you see, and you'll be able to see this in the discussion board, if anybody's responded. If they haven't responded, go extend that conversation with that particular person. You don't necessarily have to worry about attendance policy for this course, except that you do need to know, do the check-in quiz, make sure and do your assignments. If you go missing in the course, then I will have to ask that you be dropped from the course. Academic integrity, most of the time these scenarios happen, and they're in here on purpose because students do fall into some of these categories. Most of the time it's not by plan. It's not that they started the semester and were thinking, I'm going to plagiarize, or I'm going to steal from somebody else's paper or somebody else's work. It's usually because in the tyranny of the urgent, they all of a sudden have to go, I can't get this done. I need to borrow somebody else's stuff. And that's when bad things happen. And I just encourage you to go ahead and make up your mind now. You know what? I'm not going to plagiarize. I'm not going to steal from other people's work. I'm going to create my own. And if I do use other people's works, I'm going to notate that. I'm going to acknowledge that it is their work. So that covers it for the syllabus. If you have questions, feel free to let me know. In regards to the navigation, you can see my faculty profile. I've had the opportunity of serving in this course since 2012, and count it a real blessing to try to help students set up to be successful, both here at Piedmont, but also throughout their careers and what they do. You can see the weekly assignments in this section, and you can log into like week 1 and see those. I generally will release the next week, generally speaking, by Tuesday at noon. I might do it a little bit sooner. I would like to note that this week will end on Labor Day. Next Monday is Labor Day, so I'll make the due dates for items next week for next Tuesday, just so you have that in the back of your mind. As you can see, there's a pre-assessment survey. Just take it as there's no right or wrong. Just answer those questions. Go ahead and get into that book, Do More Better by Tim Challies, from the introduction to chapter 3. Take the quiz, PIU statements. This is an open book. You can take a peek inside the book and solve the quiz. And then your calendar assessment. You might want to make sure to include your quizzes, your exams, research papers, projects. What I'm attempting to do is that when life gets chaotic, when schedules get complex, one of the best mechanisms that we can use to control the complexity is to use a calendar to help keep you on track, to keep you on target as you plan out the next 3 months. And so one of the ways that we do that is asking you to create a calendar. You can do it digitally or physically. My preference is digitally because I can then share it with both my wife and my daughters, and they can see my calendar, I can see theirs. We know what's going on in each other's lives and what can be done. But there's a lot of people that prefer a planner that's physical and digital, and they can write it down. My daughters love that, and so I get that. If you do that physical calendar, please, when you upload your images, make sure that they're easy for me to read. Please don't insert an image that's sideways or upside down. That just makes it really challenging to grade. And don't forget to get over to the discussion board. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and we look forward to getting to know you more. And I hope that I can be of service to you. Please feel free to reach out anytime. Take care and have a great day.